Konnichiwa minasan! Welcome back to Japan and to Chiba, just 80 minutes outside of Tokyo, where we're bringing this forgotten countryside house back to life, right next to a massive waterfall. We started by clearing out decades of belongings left by the previous owner, and in this episode, we're finally starting the build, laying the foundation for the kitchen and constructing the loft in the old tatami room, where over 3 meters of ceiling height had been hidden behind old moldy planks. This is episode 5 of reviving our $25,000 Japandi Waterfall. Konnichiwa minasan, Anton in Japan here, and welcome to Chiba, one of Tokyo's or one of Japan's most underrated prefectures. This is one of the biggest waterfalls in Chiba prefecture. You see here, people are enjoying themselves. We have 35 degrees and you see, we're really sweaty. It's a humid day. We've been carrying construction material down the hill to our soon-to-be dreamy retreat. In comparison to all of these people here having fun, we have some work to do. And in today's video, I'll show you what we're about to do. So at this spot where we see all the travelers, all the happy Japanese people stay, catching their breath. Everybody has weird opinions about what we're doing, mostly with like bright and very curious smiles. But this is it, Japandi Waterfall House. Let me show you what we're about to do today. So from this angle, it doesn't look too different. I mean, a little bit more clean, and from the first video that you've probably seen, it's a huge difference. Since we don't have any things here. We have a brand new floor. Feels great standing and jumping and building on top of this. But if you look close enough, you see that we have a new loft up here. Let me show you. So for the past few days, while we've been in Tokyo working on a little small project, Moses has been here alone building what you see behind us right here. So I don't know if you remember, but before it was like kind of an open space here, but we built it away and we're planning on building a small, potentially a tatami room up there. I know you've given me a lot of hate on social media. Not hate, but people are kind of angry that we removed the tatami mats in the right room here. We're keeping tatamis in that room, and it would be really, really nice if we had a tatami room up there. Be careful here with the staircase. Oh, it's not a staircase, with the ladder. All right, should I show you? Okay. So you come up here. We haven't decided on the landing here yet. It's gonna come probably around here. And the only thing here is that we have a big beam there, but you can't have everything. That window there in the background, you can look out from there to the barbecue spot, and then to the left, we're gonna have the sauna and the cold plunge. So here we have 1.8, 3.6 by 3.6. So yeah, we have about 10 square meter here. You can't really utilize all the space because of the kind of the A-frame roof, but it's still a lot of extra space. And that window up there, it's a huge elevation of the space, I think. While we kind of like built away this part here, like it used to be open here, right? You probably remember that. And I was a little bit afraid that we were gonna like build away a lot of the sunlight from that window. But I believe that if we just cover this with boards and paint it white, it's gonna be still very bright, since we have windows in 3 directions anyway. 1, 2, 3, some nice lighting, and then just a brand new looking white ceiling. I think is gonna be a huge difference. We still have the treasures inside here, but right now we're paying so much money for hotels. We're staying 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights. So one of the bigger priorities I have, or we have right now, is to get this room ready to sleep in. And we're almost there. Like the katachi, the shape is already here. And if you look up to the sky, you see we have a loft. It's about 2.5 meters long. It's like perfect for maybe a double bed. And we're gonna build a staircase here with the landing up there. Maybe more of like a ladder rather than a staircase, because we have that beam, that beautiful logs in the ceiling right now. There's actually 2 of them. Just gonna sand them, oil them very nicely. Maybe cover. Like we're gonna have a lot of different types of wood. It's the original wood right here. Oak flooring here. We probably can't build a staircase in oak if we don't want to spend a ton of money. And I think this kind of plywood and cedar, it kind of hits the eye. It looks too new in this kind of rustic feel with the logs and stuff. So we gotta cover it, paint it white, cover the ceiling with boards. And we're also going to build like a box. While we don't need to insulate there really, like it kind of hits your eye. So it would be nice to just cover that. So we would like to build, yeah, like a frame on the back side of it. So we expose these two beams, put boards up in the ceiling, and then eventually paint it, or joripatto, kind of like stucco, keisodo, a Japanese way of putting gara, like the structure to the wall. We're probably gonna use the same structure for this. But this, we're probably only gonna sand and just varnish or oil it. We also have some gas guys and some other people coming to help us, because one of our biggest problems right now is plumbing. Electricity, gas, things you can't do alone, and we're on kind of like a landlocked property, really unique. It really has value to renovate and revive a house like this, but there are a lot of complications to it. One of them is being sweaty before we even start, because we've been carrying tons of construction things. And the other one is plumbing and gas. But later on today, we have some pros coming here, and I'm super excited about it. Mose, what do you say? Should we build the floor up there?
Let's do it.
Let's do it! All right, flooring time. So this is the view from our local kakigori and udon yasan that we will have lunch in about 3 minutes. It seems to be a lot of people here now, so maybe we gotta wait a little bit, but just look at this. And look how clear the water is. Japan has a problem with over-tourism, but the real problem isn't really tourism, it's just that people are just going to the exact same spots. They're visiting Shibuya, Shinjuku, Osaka, Kyoto, maybe I don't know, Fukuoka. So the real problem is that people are not really spreading out. And just look at this. This is Awamata no Taki, one of the more family-friendly and beautiful waterfalls, very close to Tokyo. There's also Okutama and stuff. But yeah, you see, it's a pretty popular tourist destination among Japanese, but not among foreigners, just yet. Now let's have some udon. So I'm very happy with this space here. Very good job, Mose!
Oh, thank you.
Just looked at these. This must have been the shit back in the day. Like it even has a dimmer, light control. Now, unfortunately, we cut the wires. So, yeah. But we need to figure out the lighting situation here somehow. But you remember the kitchen we had a few weeks ago? The one that I thought about maybe using as an outdoor kitchen? We're not using it as an outdoor kitchen. But we also need to decide on the kitchen space here. I think I've been looking a lot, and I think I told you that we bought a kitchen on Yahoo auction, a used one, but they canceled me. They canceled the entire order, I don't know why. Maybe because I got it for a steal and they knew that they could sell it for more elsewhere. I don't know. So I stopped looking and we decided to go for cabinet kitchen instead. So sink, konro, or the other way around, and then a nice kind of slab, a big slab that we're going to pick up next week together with kind of like a cabinet here, because we're gonna have a lot of people to come and stay here, right? Maybe groups of 8-10 people. We're adding a lot of floor space in these two lofts, but people are gonna cook here, right? where's the fridge gonna be? If you put the fridge here, it's gonna be in the way. Here is also going to block the outdoor space, because indoors, outdoors. So I'm thinking about putting a fridge here, but not a huge sized fridge. I've always gone like bananas and go with like a really big fridge in our builds, but I think we can go for a smaller one here. I think we can have a smaller fridge here with like the same kind of slab that we have for the kitchen. Someone is cooking food here, you kind of drop off here, and someone's gonna come and like carry it out to the main hall where we have the main dining table. But in order to build that kitchen, this place needs to be stripped out. We need to beef up a little bit with the insulation, and we need to build shtaji, like kind of a base here. So we need to demolish a little bit more. And you see, whoa, that's a wasp nest or a beehive. God. Is this all of it? There's probably no wasps here anymore, but it used to be at some point. That really scared me. We have huge wasp nests in basically every corner here, and Moses saw a huge susumebachi, a giant Japanese hornet, when he was here working alone. So I'm not surprised if they're alive still here somewhere. We found signs and traces of an old nest. Maybe we have some more. So this is a little bit weird, isn't it? There is insulation here, but there's no insulation there. What happened? If you have a good idea, I really don't know. Maybe the bees ate it up. Maybe like the ants did, but it just doesn't really make sense to me. Kind of like, I like these patterns, but this is a part of a wasp nest. Maybe even one of those susumebachi. Look at these ones. The pattern is like art. And then these things, we have them here and there. And one follower or one viewer on YouTube said that these nests are from carpenter ants. But what we're doing here now is that hopefully we don't see any live ants, any live bees, any live wasps, but I think we're gonna rip out this insulation, be a little bit careful, because this might be a little bit itchy and we don't really know what's inside of it. We rip it out, we add a new one, and then we cover this with brand new plywood before the kitchen will come in a week or two. Ganbarimashou! So what we're doing now is that we're adding wall insulation, and it's very similar to the floor insulation that we put in, the styrofoam. We've gotten a lot of comments. People are surprised that the joists are so thin and that the insulation is so bad, and it is. Japan, it's very hard. You saw it in the video as well. Like the big home centers, they don't even sell like the easiest insulation. So it becomes a big mission to just find like simple materials. So for a future project, I would like to go with a more natural, organic insulation like rock wool, or I've never worked with rock wool in Japan. I don't even know where to buy it. Maybe we can order it somewhere. But this is what we're working with right now. Fiberglass. It's very easy to assemble as well. You cut it in the right size, and then you just use a stapler on these marks here. And then on the bottom as well. So the important thing here is to keep it tight. No air is going to like flow in. It was some insulation here before, but we're changing it all out. They did use insulation for this house 35 years ago, but Japan can do better. Maybe you can. It's a good business idea in the future. But there is a building boom in Japan, there's a renovation boom, and I think that there is probably a big market to work with some more sustainable and eco-friendly installations. Onegaishimasu. So we upgraded our gear right now. It's an aluminum kind of, I don't even know what you call it. What do you call it? Konnichiwa. Sumimasen. Domo domo. So yeah, we have like people passing here all the time. So there's no way for us to work on weekends. And it's ideal when the retreat and the Japandi Waterfall house is done, because we have free advertising and people would love to stay here when the house is beautiful. But for us right now, we're using this aluminum carrier. We will need some kind of carrier, an electric carrier, or maybe an excavator to come here sometime. So the first week was more about getting shit out of the house, right? Right now is more of a routine to get things in. So we stop at the local home center here in Chiba. We buy a lot of things. We fill the car. Thank you, Christian, for lending it to us. And then we do a few rounds down there. And then we start building the house up again. But we start with a 30-45 minutes workout every day. And I'm getting beefed up again and jacked again. It's a good workout. The hard part here is that the corner to the right here, while the road is about 1.2 meters wide, the corners, if they would hit one of the poles, it will make it all flip. Then this is sekkobodo as well, so they will break. It's a different story if it's like plywood and stuff. This is what we used for the first trial of upgrading our carrier. It's cute, up to 100 kilo it said, but it completely broke it after just one trial. So I had started loading it, and then when starting carrying it all down, it just exploded there, and I had 15 pieces of long gambatsu, really hard and dense, thick wood for the outdoor deck, just scattered in the gutter up there. So yeah, we bought a little bit more expensive one, and the one we're using now is actually for fruit, I think for apple orchards. But it would be nice to have something a little bit more efficient. Ideally, we would like to remove the poles in the middle of the street right there. So we talked to some contractors here in the neighborhood that's helping us with the plumbing right now, and they said that back in the day, there were no poles here. The broker also told us. So he was able to come down here and park up there. He could also get inside here, but that was the main parking lot. Yeah, back in the day, they had no poles here. We asked the Yakuba, the municipality here, if they could just remove them for us, but it was a hard no. If it had road access, I believe that this house would be 20 times the price, if not even more. It's so unique. You can't replicate it. And everything in Japan is about convenience stores. It's about the easiness of things, and this is really not an easy project. And our contractor said that yesterday. Japanese people wouldn't be able to pull this off, which I don't agree with. It's just that the ease for Japanese people is worth more. Konnichiwa, 頑張ってます。ここでリフォームしてますね。Yep, apparently he likes the house, and it's going to be even more beautiful in fall, because then we're going to have the momiji, the Japanese maple trees that are going to shed their leaves, and it's going to be even brighter here and way more sunlight, he said. And we're back in my kitchen. we need to cover these beams, I think. This kind of new white-ish cedar wood, it doesn't fit with the entire look of the house. So I would like to cover it up and paint it with joripatto, like a white kind of structure, kind of like the stucco feel that we're using in our other houses in Villa. And it's going to look so much better and so much more finished than this kind of unfinished look, I believe. So we're going to add the same kind of boards as we've done here. It feels so much more clean. We have, I don't know if you can tell, but there is about 2.75 meters here. So we actually have a lot of ceiling height here to take from anyway. So it's going to lose about 10 centimeters there by adding in the extra boards, but it's going to feel more finished because we have a pretty raw, a lot of nice wood, hinoki, deimatsu, soon to be oak flooring here together with this slab that's coming here for the kitchen. So I think we need to add a little bit of touch of white here. And then we're having tiles coming in here because as you can tell, there are no tiles in this house just yet. We love tiles, we love natural wood, we love ceramics. So natural oak floor, there's wood everywhere. Joripate, a lot of you guys were kind of upset when I talked about redoing the walls. We're not gonna redo the walls. We're gonna sand them down. We're gonna oil them with a German oil, but we still haven't made up our mind about the ceiling. So the final task for the day, seal the ceiling here. The first video was a house tour, the second one was a clean out, and then the third one, it was completely empty, like a lot of visual change over time. But the more you do this building work, the less of a change is going to look like, and we're going to work more and more in the details. So what do you think? Should we include more lifestyle? Maybe you want to know how we're staying here and more just like everyday life here from Japan, because it's going to be not as visual as last time, and you can't build a house in a week or two. We're going to talk about budget in a later video as well. But please let us know what else you want to see. Drop a comment. We listen to you, we read your comments, and we're very happy that you're here. And sometimes we don't have the time to answer everything, but we read everything and we take it into our thoughts when we make the next videos. Now let's put up some floorboards here, because that's something you want to see too, right? We had a really hard time with those two. Like, I still haven't figured out how to use the turbo gun for the plaster boards, but it's gotten better and better, and I realized one of the settings, it was too strong, but we got better and better. We still have a lot of screws to put in, but like my shoulders are killing me. Let me show you what we have outside here and what is on the schedule to show you very, very soon. The first thing next week is to throw away trash. Hopefully this will take us only a day, but that we will see. Like, I can't even imagine how we're gonna get this one away. And the local cleaning center, they said that they don't take the fridges. We also have to sort everything finer. So the next episode is problem solving. How we're getting all of this away, and we're buying our beloved oak flooring. About 2 hours away from here. We're renting a truck and doing it all in one go. That's the plan, at least. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anton in Japan. 本当にありがとうございます。